friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today we are unboxing day 7 of my advent calendar. This is all hand-drawn designs by me, and each of these items is available individually as well on the day that the advent item is unboxed. So you can find them at my shop at amyplansthings.com if you're interested in any of the individual items. All right, so we're gonna get started, unbox that, and then we're doing 2 things today like we've been doing many of the days this month. We are also going to be decorating a custom journal spread for one of my patrons who's at the Custom Chronicles level over on Patreon, and she picked out a beautiful notebook and asked for a Wicked for Good spread. So I'm really excited to do that with y'all. All right, so we are looking for day 7. It is a envelope. Here's the envelope. And like many of the days in this notebook, different days coordinate together, so we won't be decorating a full spread here. We'll be figuring something out and starting a spread. All right, so day 7, here we go. Ooh, yeah, I remember what this is. This is one of my favorite sheets, Midnight Meadow. I absolutely love how this one came out. We do have this set up for Dutch doors, as well as there are a few other things that are coming up that will all go together. So let me think about how we're gonna start this today without giving away what's coming up tomorrow. All right, so there are a few days that all go together on this one. So this is actually proving more difficult to try to plan the spread when I only have part of the items. So if you're opening up the full advent calendar at home, you could wait to decorate it until you've opened all the items if you're doing it day by day with me, or you can go ahead and do it with me right now. Okay, so we're not creating any Dutch doors today. We are just starting this process. I'm thinking about where things are going to be. And we are going to put the moon as a window. We could create the window part today, but I want the window to be here. Okay, so we will create the no, we can't create the window because we're gonna wait for another day to or a couple more days to happen. Okay, this is a process, you guys. This is so fun doing this little surprise day by day for you guys. Okay, so we've got that, and I want these florals to go on a couple of pages. We're gonna have 3 Dutch doors in this spread. So with that, let's put, thinking about this, thinking, let's put some floral down here on this one, and there is, like, this is gonna come together so well, I think. You could, of course, just use this on a spread on its own, and if you have the printable, which is available in my shop, you can print as many as you need to make this really long, cool thing to make like a Dutch door or something. It would look really nice. Okay, but we're not doing that today because I'm trying to use all the coordinating items together. It's quite a fun challenge. Okay, so that one's gonna go there. This one today will make absolutely no sense until we unbox more things, just so you know. Okay, so we've got that one. I think this one will want to go on this page for some balance. I like having things be similar on the very front and the very back one. By the way, if you're watching this, the pinned comment will have the link to the whole playlist, so you can see all the advent unboxings and journal setups. Okay, we've got these items, we've got the window. Now, this is so hard to think about where things are gonna be. Okay, so we're gonna have something here, we're gonna have something there, and we're gonna have something here as well. So therefore, thinking about where things are, we need some florals think I'm gonna put these ones coming out like that and do one of the white ones and one of the blue ones. These are night blooming florals. I think they're so cute. Okay, we're gonna do it like that. And then, okay, thinking about where this might be. We can shift these stickers later if we need to, but we are gonna put this one like here. Because we are gonna create a nice little frame in this one. Okay. Then, so this is gonna have a big window in it, so this is gonna need to be a little different. So we will do just a single area on this page because we are gonna have a window cut into it as well as the Dutch door. So we're just gonna leave it like that. This is like such a mystery for you guys. Oh my gosh. All right, and then I have 2 florals left. So why don't we get one on each of these pages somewhere? So let's put this one up here. I kind of like it coming down from the top. I don't know. I just think it's gonna look cool when everything comes together. And you will see why. Okay, then this one, let's do a little differently. Let's put it on the outside here, but where, this might be safe, but again, we can move it if we need to. All right, this spread I know makes no sense so far for you, but please bear with me and come back tomorrow to watch the next piece of it that we're going to do. It's going to be a fun piece of it, and we'll give you some hints for some more stickers that will coordinate with this midnight theme. This one was Midnight Meadow. You can find it on my channel now. But we are moving on in this creative, crafty December into a patron journal spread. And Amanda requested a Wicked for Good theme. And she wanted a notebook from Ty Fossey, which is an international notebook brand. And I love their stuff. This one actually is from Ty Fossey as well. When I went to order her journal, I saw that one and had to have it. It's very whimsical, and I love it. This one is Green Tree of Life, and it's so cute. And with the green notebook, it's going to be perfect for the Wicked for Good spread, which obviously will be lots of pinks and greens. Okay, so I do have to thank my friend Jess, Knit Plan Jess, for helping me come up with the concept for today's spread. So she's seen the movie. I have not. I've seen the first Wicked. But she told me about an image of the two reaching for each other, and that I should grab those images from the movie. So I found the movie poster and have them like this. I printed it out front and back. And we are going to make Dutch doors with these in the middle of the spread. And it's going to be entirely decorative Dutch doors in the middle of this fun spread. So anyways, here's the notebook. We've got gold foil. We've got some bookmarks. This is what the back looks like and the spine. And then, oh, cute. We're going to leave this in for her to have. And then we've got all these dot grid pages. This one's kind of cool because it gives you the little tiny plus right in the middle and these little dashes right here, so you know exactly where the center of the page is. That is pretty cool. We've got this, and we've got the little binding thing to hold it all together when you're not using it. Okay, so I need to figure out how many Dutch doors we're doing, because these two are literally gonna be the middle pieces of the spread, and I've got a whole plan. I've got some washi tapes that coordinate, and then I've got things from Planet Darbi. I just realized these frames miscut on my Cricut, so I'm going to need to print and cut those again. But these are her Wicked stickers, and I printed them flipped as well. And I've got these florals, which I think will look really nice with this theme. And I want to print out and cut the right frames, because this is the forward frames. These are the backwards frames. Let's print and cut these again, because that's not going to work for us. Okay, printed. The Cricut is cutting it right now. We are going to work on cutting these out. I did not cut them out with my Cricut because that seemed rather complicated to separate the image apart. So I am going to be cutting this by hand. We're going to cut this one first so I make sure I get them from the front side, the way that the movie poster was, and then I'll cut the back side after we've created the fronts of the Dutch doors. Okay, this is gonna be fun. So I have a whole concept in my head of how this is gonna go. Sometimes things do not always work out. So we'll see if it all goes the way that I intend for it to do. We always can fix things if we make mistakes or it doesn't quite turn out the way that I thought in my head. But I have a fun way that I want this to look, so I hope I can do that justice. Okay. So we are going to have a bit of the background sky in this. There was no way to do this without that. So I might add some distress ink on the parts with these people images. I'm not going to do it on the whole spread though. So I'll need to decide if that's a look that I want to go for. I may want to use the Wicked for Good, so I'm not going to cut through that right now. Okay. So we're going to have two completely decorative Dutch doors, and then two Dutch doors that leave space for journaling, and then the front and back pages. Okay, so we've got that. The Cricut just finished. Let me grab the stickers. Hopefully they're good. All right, perfect. This is much better. So she is gonna be like this in our spread. And let's go here. We are gonna not do the bubble because that would take up entirely too much space. I just do not have that much space in this journal for that. I wanted to keep them really big and beautiful though, and not make them super tiny because it is a Wicked for Good spread. So yeah, we will keep them the main focus of it. Okay, and again, cut out this way. Do this. Okay, I will need to count my pages carefully in just a moment. So the question is, for each of them, they have this little gap in there where we can see the sky that's between their outfit and their arm. Do I cut that out or leave it? I think I leave it unless I'm going to cut out the page, like have a little tiny window that can be seen through. Which if I do that, so I'm gonna do it like this. Let's see, okay. She is at a flat angle. They're looking up, so I do need to make them probably, maybe they're hands could almost be touching. Okay, because they're going to be on different Dutch doors, okay, you guys? They're going to be on different Dutch doors. So to make it so I have a little bit more space, I think I need to just trim this down a tiny bit. And then we'll have to trim a little bit there too. Okay, so this is the first page. This is the first Dutch door. This is going to be Glinda. Okay. And I just need to figure out where. Okay. So that's the angle, but we're going to go back like this. She can be right here. So I'm just going to, so that I know where it is, I'm going to put a little poke right there so I know where to line her up. Okay. Double-sided tape. I printed this out on printer paper. And the other items are all stickers. Okay, so we're starting from the middle, doing the hard part of the Dutch doors first. Again, these are going to be just decorative Dutch doors on this middle part. Okay. So where'd that little poke go? It's right there. That's where the tip of the crown goes to make this line up and be centered nicely. Okay, so here we go. We've got that. Then the other part of this page, we're not just leaving her like that. We are giving her a frame. I've just had this stuck in my head ever since Jess said to have them reaching for each other, and then I knew that I wanted like a little frame for each of them, and of course one's going to be pink and one's going to be green, and then we'll have like functional space outside. By the way, I chose this one. I have all my washi tapes sitting here. I had these ones sitting out, unintentionally grabbed the grid tape, and I think I like it better. That pink matches better with this, but it doesn't match better with this. We're gonna change it out and do this one. Okay. Cool thing about washi tape is it all peels up very nicely. Okay. The tape I just pulled up is from my shop. This tape was from Planything a long time ago. Okay, so we are making a frame. You have seen me make frames over and over this past couple of weeks. But this is gonna look really cool, I think, in the end. Okay, so first we have to trim all of this up. And then we'll have to cut out our window, and then we can do the next page of this decorative Dutch door. Okay. That also trims, and so does that. And I'm gonna have washi scraps everywhere. Oh, that looks so cute. Okay, so now we are gonna get my cutting mat and get, not my gyro cut, but something that's easier to do straight lines to get all this stuff. I'm not actually on it. There we go. It's easier to have your hand resting on the notebook, so feel free as you're cutting things to spin around. Amanda, this theme really is super fun. It got me thinking in all sorts of new ways. I don't really think I've done a pink and green spread before, so that's pretty fun too. Okay. All right, and we will get the back side of them done too so that we can see them from over there as well. But we're gonna get our front side of these Dutch doors done first. A little bit to clean up once I take this apart. I've never had like a window like this before in a spread. That is kind of fun. Okay, this needs to be fixed up. And then that little bit, this we can do better with. There we go. All right, so that is our little thing. Now turning this is gonna be a little harder because it's so skinny, so Amanda, be careful as you turn it. With the washi tape on it, it's gonna be a little bit stronger on the back side as well, but just be careful. All right, so we are gonna line her up. It's not gonna be movie accurate for how it's lined up because I like her like this with their hands that close. So we are gonna do that. Okay, so here we go. Are they looking at each other? Yes, they are. We'll put you down like that then. All right, and to hold this in place, sorry for the reach. I definitely need a clip right now, so I'm not just accidentally doing something with this. And the clip can reach there. There we go. That's better. All right, now we get our green and we try to put it in a kind of similar place as the pink ones. It won't be exact, that's okay. But I can get pretty close. Okay, we're gonna do the exact same kind of frame. Right there's gonna be good. We will open up the other page to check before I make any cuts, just to make sure nothing is crazy off. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Okay. Now don't get stuck to the washi tape. So this is a little more of a fragile spread with this thing, but it's gonna look so cool. Look at how it's going. Oh my gosh. This is going to be so cool, you guys. Just look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, and cutting it out again. The other Dutch doors will be easier because it's all symmetrical stickers and designed for this with flipped images and things like that. And flowers are easier to cut out than people. Okay, so this is such a unique spread for me. I've never done anything quite like this. I am loving it. If you guys have other movies or music or books or whatever that you think I should try to make a spread on, let me know, because let's do some new stuff. It's always fun to do some new stuff. Okay, now let's cut here. Hello, Elfie. Let's get you cut out. This definitely takes a little bit more focus and effort to cut out something like so exact. And it's such a big cut too. Okay, that one is not all the way cut right there. There we go. We'll trim up some of that in a minute. Again, I'm just trying to be very careful with it because I don't want to rip these skinny little pieces. That needs a little help right there. Okay. I'm just trying to fix this up. Come on, work with me. It always does. It might just take a minute though. And I don't cut the stuff out, you guys, because I want you to see that I'm not perfect at all this stuff, and creativity has its ups and downs, and there are little whoopsies here and there, and that's okay. This way is going to be easier to cut this. All right, there we go. I will trim her off, obviously, but I'm gonna get the back side done just so I don't have to cut it more than once. All right, so now I'm gonna cut out these off camera and then come back to do the back side. Okay, I got them cut out, but I'm a little worried about the integrity of the pages here because they're such a skinny thing. So we have all this extra paper, right? So we are going to reinforce the pages. So what we're gonna do is just take strips of this about 2 dots wide. Let's see if that's the right size. Maybe 2.5. Let's cut another strip, make it 2.5 wide. And these are a little bit shorter than what we are working with on the page size because it's cuts off the page, but we're gonna line it up like this and have some little overlap and things like that to try and reinforce it so that we don't have any tearing problems for Amanda. So I'm just gonna get as much of this as I can from this one, but I have so many little pieces cut off from these 2 pages that we can make it work. Okay, we're gonna reinforce this one first and then go to the other. And I think, yeah, we're just gonna start reinforcing. I'm gonna get a lot of tape on this. And just start putting it here. I will trim anything that is a bit over, like the rounded corners and things in a minute. But I think this is really gonna help. Okay, we've got this one too. It does add a little bit of thickness to the journal, but for like a single spread, adding a little bit of thickness, that's okay. And I'm overlapping them on purpose to make it a little bit stronger. I'm gonna put this one over on this side because we definitely need something there, like right in the spine. Okay, I wanna be able to see it better. Already that's stronger, but we need to strengthen these 2 sides so that it's all even. All right, I'm back. You didn't know I left, but I got a notification for delivery and I had to go get it right away. It is a giant notebook. Like, it's bigger than my desk almost. It's beautiful. I'll be showing more of it to you later. I am so excited for that. Okay, anyways, super fun. From tiny notebooks to big notebooks. Okay, let's get this down and work on reinforcing these pages some more. Okay. Again, I can trim little bits later if I need to. Like, this is a little bit over the edge, but I'm just trying to make sure we get enough stuff down on that. We might need to grab another page of something. We'll do 2 pieces here. It's gonna be covered in washi, so it's gonna be okay. But I just wanna make sure it doesn't rip on Amanda when she's turning the page. Okay, we can use this bit. Ah, okay. Use it right here. Okay, so we've reinforced this one. That one isn't sticking right there. I must have missed some tape right there. Okay, so get all the excess sticky off. and this is not going to rip. It still needs to bend gently, but it is not going to rip as it folds back and forth. That is a good start. Okay. Now, we will go ahead and do the tape first because we can put this on afterwards and we don't have to trim everything. Now, where did my tape go? I am losing everything, you guys. Okay, tape, tape, tape. Is it on the floor? We need to find that tape. It was behind me on the chair. All right, here we go. Just kind of going down the middle of these. And let's trim the outer edges of this after I trim the tape, just to make sure it's all lined up perfectly from the front. All right. Oh my God, I'm so excited about that journal. I've made the tiny, okay, this needs to go a little lower. I've made the, does it? Oh my gosh, you guys, these are right on the edges. I need to move all this stuff. Okay, I have made tiny notebook Dutch door spreads. I have made, we're gonna try to salvage this tape. We're gonna put that one there and then move each of these individually. So I've made tiny Dutch doors with super tiny notebooks, then larger Dutch doors in like the heirloom size notebooks from Archer and Olive, but that's the biggest. And this one is portrait, not landscape. And that opens up a whole new world of possibility with giant, giant Dutch doors. It's a 14 by 20 notebook. And I am so excited for that. Okay, we are making this happen. I'm trying to salvage the washi tape. Just getting new washi tape, okay. All right. Okay. There we go. That's going to be correct. Let's get this done. The Dutch store pages that are part of the functional pages that Amanda will get to journal in, those are going to be really quick to create. This is the hard part. That was definitely not an even cut on the washi tape, but that's okay. Okay, a tiny little piece to trim right there. All right. Here we go. Our nice reinforced border is done. Okay, now we can get Glinda back out there just like that. Sorry, shaking the table here, getting off any gunk. And we will try to put her down by her arm first and her head and crown to make sure it's lined up at the right angle. There we go. And then we'll trim this. I'm gonna get a little tape right there and just push that in and get rid of the excess. Okay, so now we've got Glinda on both sides. That is so cute. I'm gonna try to trim a little bit more though, so that it folds a little easier. Just keeping it off the exact middle will make it a little easier. There we go. Look at that. That's so cute. Okay, so this one we want to reinforce as well. I need more paper. Unless I want to use sticker paper that's not quite as thick, but I have more of it. Okay, thinking about what paper I have sitting around. Oh wait, I have nothing right here. Okay, we're gonna go with sticker paper. Maybe do 2 layers of sticker paper. We are making it work. You can use so many different things. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing that I just did, but with a sticker paper, and then come back so that this video isn't super long. All right, I reinforced the pages. They're definitely not as reinforced as this one is, but it was easier. So there's that. I'm not sure which one is better. You could try both if you're ever doing something quite like this. But reinforcing is a great idea when you've cut so much of the page off. It's going to be really cool for the scene. But again, as you can tell, this is completely decorative. There's no space for journaling on these 2 pages. It just is making part of the overall atmosphere for this spread. Okay. Yesterday was a long video between the Advent and the Patron journal spread. And today, I have a feeling, is also going to be a long video with the Advent and the Patron journal spread. 'Tis a busy time, you guys. I know many of you like the longer videos, though, so enjoy. Grab a snack, grab a drink, grab your crafts, and craft with me. Okay. So many little edges. Okay, here we go. She's gonna go here. Uh-oh, started ripping her. Stay. Do not start ripping. Okay, we're good. We saved her. Okay. All right, that worked pretty well. Time to trim this and then get on to the actual, like, spread. Okay, this is kind of hard to tell where to cut, so I hope I'm going in a mostly straight line. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna call it good. All right, so we've got these. That is so much fun. Now it's time for some Dutch doors on here, on both sides. And we are gonna start from the inside so that we know what's happening. We are going to use more pink on this side and more green on that side, though obviously with the florals, there's going to be a mixture, but we're going to aim to do more pink and more green. So I'm going to start with a frame there. And then we're going to work our way down. Just think, okay, so we did that. I may need to print more florals is what I may need to do. Unless, ooh, can I move the frame and make it part of the Dutch door? Yes, I can. Okay. The frame is now part of the Dutch door. There we go. Okay. And then if that's the case, we can use part of this flower and save the rest for the green side. So then it's going to look like this. Doesn't that look cool? Okay. So save this little bit for later. We have to cut this out and do the other side. And I may need, I feel like I want like a big, thick washi strip on the outside page, but I need to think of what washi tape I should use. So I'm going to mold that over as we get these two Dutch doors, the green and the pink one, done. Okay. Let's get the matching frame. And then the matching stickers. We have this one for right here. Okay, and then this one we have at the top, going this way. Can I line it up? There we go. Okay, and then this one. How do I have it? All right, that is very cute. I love it. It goes so well with it. Okay, so now we're gonna do a greener side on this side. Oh, don't lose that bit in the spread. Okay. So for the other side, let's use this frame. And because that was down there, let's do this one up top. Not quite at the very top, but like that, which means just working through all the things, this bit will fit nicely right there. Okay. And now we'll work our way down with some more. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Maybe I use the favorite white script washi that I always use. I've bought it like 3 times now because I always use it. Maybe I use that with some of the leftover florals. I think that'll work really nicely. Okay, we'll grab that in a minute. It's a pretty neutral tape, so it really goes with everything. And I definitely think it's a nice quick one so that I can just lay it down and have it fill the whole space. All right, so these frames can be written in. They're like the boxes we're using right now. They're pretty fun. Okay, here we go. This way. And there we go. Okay, look at how cute that looks. That is so fun. Oh, look, their hands are touching when it's folded this way. That's cute. Okay, so I don't think this needs anything here. We do need to decorate the outside. So let's get the favorite script tape, which is this. I have found it on Journal Say before. I found it on Amazon. It is definitely something that is around. The Amazon one is a lot stickier than the original one I had. So that's the only problem I have with it. But it's such a good tape that I will keep buying it. So, I mean, I just deal with it. But it's stickier than I like my washi tape. So you can see it's going to cover over this whole area, which is what we want. And then, okay, ideas. Because we have kind of the greener side and the pinker side, we're going to get our tapes back out, the ones that we used on the frames, and do a line of tape next to this tape. Okay. It's all coming together. We also have some bows. Should we use some bows? Maybe we'll use some bows. Perfect. And then tape before we do anything else. So what I'm thinking is like, where's my clippy? Okay. I'm thinking is just like straight down like this, leaving plenty of space for free writing. We already have some boxes in. We have one more set of boxes. I think we're only going to use one of each though, because we don't need two of the green ones on the same page. So let's use, this one's a tiny bit off as well. It did better, but it's a tiny bit off as it moves farther over to the left. So we're going to use the flipped one, and I'm going to put it, okay, it won't be seen putting it right there. So we're going to do it like that. And since we did that one down there, this one we're going to go up here, but oops, we need the washi tape first. Okay. Okay. I feel like I should start my own notebook of movies and books and songs and stuff where I'm doing Dutch door journal pages just out of those for just giving ideas on this stuff, because these are really fun. So I'm going to put this one here. Yeah, this one matches perfectly. I'm glad I went with this tape. Okay, so I don't think I need any boxes in these, but we are certainly going to use up some of these. And I'm not thinking too hard about where I'm putting it, other than once I get to the smaller stickers, I'm going to be putting the pinks over there and the greens over here, just for balance, because this is the green side. So like, I'm going to grab these little ones and be using them all over the place over here. And just lay them out. Okay, and then we do still have some other kind of like layered stickers. So I'm gonna grab them and do the more green over here and the more pink over there. And again, I'm not thinking very hard about where things are going. They're just going. Just trying to find some balance and have things over the full spread. Okay, now let's just see how many stickers do we have over there versus here. I think we could use a few more greens. Luckily, we have all of this. Flying sticker. How's that? Does that seem similar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one has a little bit more now. I like the balance of this one. I think I'll take off this one. There, that feels more even. Okay, we have finished the spread. This is for Amanda. It is a Wicked for Good Dutch door spread in her new journal. Let's flip through it to see how it all turned out. We reinforced these so that they are less likely to rip when she turns the pages. Then we made these fun little Dutch doors and have a green side and a pink side. So I think that turned out really cool. We also unboxed day 7 of the advent calendar that I hand drew. And laying out the stickers from today made absolutely no sense. And you will find out more tomorrow about what I'm doing with them. So come back tomorrow to see what coordinates with these. All right, anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.